All right, y'all. Welcome back and happy Thursday. Today we're going to be talking about Tennessee's red zone offense in 2024 and how it can maybe be better in 2025. I want to focus on just a couple of games. I'm focusing on SEC play. So the game, or one of the games that we did the best in with our red zone, was versus Florida, and then the game that we did the worst in, again, just talking about SEC, was Oklahoma. So last season, Tennessee's red zone offense was ranked 80th in the country. We definitely have to do better. But with all that being said, please do make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. So on this first play, it's 1st and 10, and we're going to start off with Oklahoma. The first thing that I wanted to show y'all is how they're playing us, just 4 deep. Like they wanted to play as deep as possible. Now, once we got to the red zone, teams would try to come up and challenge Tennessee more. We've talked about how defenses have played Tennessee's offense. So the 4 guys in red, they're showing that deep coverage. The guy in white, he's kind of like an in-between. There's only 5 inside of the box. So Tennessee, we like to look at the numbers, and y'all will see that, we're going to try to change this play. So the play looks like it's going to get changed. Now the picture looks totally different. The box is loaded. And, you can see it here. They got pretty much everybody inside of the box is one-on-one. On the outside, this looks like it's 0. So the play has been changed with no shifts now. Okay, we didn't shift anything, but then they go right back to the same picture that we started off with. So, they're just kind of like playing a cat and mouse game. And, again, not shifting, to me, that's a huge problem. We got freaking Dylan Sampson running through a bunch of tackles just to get 2 yards. You'll see it again here from this end zone copy. Just really, really light box. But at the same time, whenever you're getting all these different pictures and then you have people that could be playing coverage that could come down, into the box later, it's tough on the offensive line to be able to pick all these guys up. But, that's a good job there. And actually, was that Dylan Sampson? That actually might have been Bishop. So either way, man, I think all of our running backs do run hard. That's just like a common staple of Coach Heupel's offense. So on this next one, looks like we moved up some. And these, again, these are all of the red zone plays from both of these games. You're seeing here that they're showing that 3 deep. Cornerbacks, they're kind of up close to the line of scrimmage, not really playing press, not right up at the line. They still want to give some ground. But this is how the pictures look. You know what I mean? And this one's kind of tough. Now you're seeing that one of the safeties comes down late, then backs off. So, we really only had one option. It's that one-on-one. It wasn't a good pass at all. That really should have been picked. But then at the same time, the wide receiver really isn't, setting himself up or giving the quarterback any place to throw the football to. Now, maybe he could have thrown it up. I think that Nico, because I think that this is Dante that he's throwing it to. You could throw this thing up and see if he's going to make a play, but he actually threw that right to the corner. And, SEC, there's a lot of very, very long corners. This is 3rd and 8. Let's see what we got here. Still got guys playing off. You got kind of like tight coverage. Now, here we're actually shifting. This, to me, is a much better looking picture because we're not just spreading things out wide. This goes back to my point. You want to do some different things. You want to show some pre-snap movement because you get a much better picture than what we've typically seen. The middle of the field looks wide open to me, but of course, we're not running any routes there. But you can see that at the top of the drop, everyone's covered up, pressure's closing in. This is what happened a lot of times to us last season, just because people sat on everything that we did. We just had to open things up. That's going to be the biggest point of emphasis for me today. You got to open things up. Like, you got to use a little bit of common sense, not to, I'm not trying to knock anybody, but come on, like, look at this. Look at this box, right? So they have 5 inside of the box. We have 5 offensive linemen plus that running back. That's 6. And then we've got the quarterback. That's 7. So you have positive numbers here. Why not run it? Early on last year, Tennessee didn't want to run our quarterbacks. This season, we got to do more of it. Now, I don't feel like we have a guy that's going to be as mobile as, Nico was, but you still have to try it because this is just numbers. Like, you have to make teams honor it. And once they start to honor it, it opens everything else up. So, of course, because no one's open, like we already saw this is just the end zone copy. But, of course, you got to try to make something happen, make a couple of people miss, and just hope that you can get back to the line of scrimmage without getting killed. So just really, really bad situation there. And here we got 2 deep. Now you've got 2 people in the white that's kind of like playing in between. So are they playing deep? Are they playing more of like a shallow coverage? Are they going to be playing run? You don't know, but this is the cat and mouse game that Oklahoma did, Arkansas did, other programs try to do it to Tennessee. But the biggest thing is we're going to try to slow down all of that deep stuff and make y'all have to dink and dunk down the field. The only real place that Tennessee could operate at on a, I would say most of the time basis is the short outside stuff. So if you're playing cover 2, which is what this looks like, the cornerbacks are going to be sitting on those routes. So we'll go ahead and let this thing go. And then you can see that the box is still really light. So only 5 there. Cornerbacks actually blitzing. Now safeties are rolling over. You see one of the other guys kind of coming down. But you want to try to run versus a 2-deep look, which is why we're able to get all those yards. And then, listen, again, shouts out to our running backs. Shouts out to, Dylan Sampson. I think that he played very, very well last season, obviously breaking records and things like that. But, look at this box. there's no reason. Like, look at these numbers now, because we have, what is it, 7 blockers. Okay, there's 5 right there. That purple line coming off of y'all's left side. That's someone who's going to come in late. You can't see him here, but you still have very positive numbers because you really have 8. Nico's legs, it's still in play. Now, we didn't need it on this play because we do a good job of blocking this. Everyone gets picked up. Really good vision, quick little jump cut, get up the field, and we're right there on the daggum 1 yard line. So that's what you like to see. Okay, so this is 1st and 1. Let's see what we're doing here. This is just like a typical goal line defense. They're going man up on the outside, but again, you're looking at that. Listen, Nico's legs or the quarterback's legs, whatever, it's there. Now, would it be the same this season? I don't know. Now, Nico's really fast. I don't think that we have anyone maybe outside of like GMAC who would be anywhere close to Nico's speed. But the whole point here is use the quarterback's legs more. That'll help Tennessee's red zone offense out tremendously. That was there. But of course, it looks like we do get into the end zone there. This is another really tough, gritty run. 1 yard, man. But dog, like it is not easy to get that yard. Look at all those impacts, man. That's just a bunch of big old bodies smashing into one another. I can't wait for football season. I know that y'all probably feel the exact same way. All right, so let's go on to this next one. This is going to be a 3rd and 5. Tennessee's up pretty big here. I mean, and then too, I think that we didn't want to show too much early on. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of how Tennessee rolls. So 3rd and 5, we've got man-to-man coverage on the outside. The box is absolutely loaded. So they're pretty much daring us to pass it here. Now you should be able to, if you ever see this sort of a look, you should be able to hit a pass. Again, 3rd and 5, you want to try to keep things moving. The safest thing is just to run it, maybe. But I almost feel like some of these, I mean, that should be layups on the outside. Now here, Nico does keep it. He does use his legs. That was a good time for him to do it. But watch this spot though. Y'all see it again from this end zone angle. Watch this spot. This is terrible. And I don't know. I think they probably got it fixed in the actual game. But man, this is why you just really just can't even take chances. You can't leave any doubt because in the SEC, the referees cheat. Now watch this. Nico falls down right here. Okay. The ball is past that first down marker. You can see where the first down marker is. This is where he falls down now. Now watch this spot. It's like 3 yards behind where we just fell down at. So I just want to point that out to y'all. Just to show you, man, I don't be making it up. They cheat. I don't know how you missed that. So here, this is versus Florida, right? So like I said, this is one of the games that Tennessee did a pretty good job with our red zone. And I'm more so basing that off of the PFF grades. I don't really go by that typically, but I figured why not? Let's just do something different. One of the other games that we had actually a higher grade for was versus Alabama, but we've just done so much Alabama film. I said, let's just switch it up this time and let's look at Florida. So here you can see that with Nico's legs or with the quarterback's legs, now you have 2 people that have to honor it. So that's what we have right there in red. It pauses them. That helps out with that running game. It helps out with the passing game. Just the simple threat of a quarterback's legs opens up so many things. So, I like to show y'all the total picture of the offense, defense, and we don't, do special teams. Maybe we'll start it up this season. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into this stuff. It's definitely chess, not checkers. All right, so here you can see the Florida's playing us pretty straight up. Obviously, they're still kind of playing us off. Now, this safety, as y'all can see down at the bottom, it's one pass catching threat. So you've got the corner over there, man to man, but then you've got the safety that's just kind of out there. This is again going back to Tennessee's vertical passing game. You want to slow down all of that vertical stuff first. So you'll take a safety way out of the box, have him looking at the quarterback, which is what that safety's doing here, and reading them. And if he runs, then he's got to come up. But if not, then he can still play back in pass coverage. And it's a lot easier doing that with the way that Tennessee lines up. Everything's wide. He's playing inside, so he's got the time if the route comes back to the inside to be able to make that play. But also he's going to have the time to stay over the top because the routes down the field is going to take more time. But you can see here, once Nico moves out, the safety moves towards Nico, and that can also lighten up boxes. But watching it again from this end zone copy, I don't think that we do a very good job blocking. Now, listen, Florida's front seven, Florida's defense really, they had some dudes, and we talked about it leading up to that game. They had some like real dudes up front, and they lost some of them. They transferred out, so I'm thankful for it. I don't know exactly how they're going to be looking too. Well, I do know. I mean, I don't think it's going to be as strong, but I also think that they coach it pretty well. Now, I don't necessarily like this play. I understand what we're trying to do. Get the running back out in some space. But the thing about it, y'all, is you got to set it up. Like, you got to set it up better than this. This won't be the first play that we look at like this. It's not set up well. So you're trying to get to the outside of the one guy who can guard Dylan Sampson, but you need somebody to slow him down. You know what I mean? Like you need to set it up better so that he can get some positive yards. And then the one-on-one should come, maybe 5, 10 yards down the field instead of what this is going to turn into, where as soon as they catch it, he could have got stopped, but that's Dylan Sampson being Dylan Sampson, being a dog, and still making something positive out of that. Now, you will set up some plays like this and you say, hey, we went out and we got this player because we know that they can make plays. They can make anybody miss, even if it's, as soon as they catch the football, they're going to be able to get up the field. But I mean, come on, like we had to do a much better job at helping people out. So that was a huge job by Dylan Sampson, and he made several plays like that last season. So we did a whole lot of this, going trips, and then really nothing on that other side, outside of maybe like a tight end. But here, I mean, look at all that green grass. Nico could have ran it here too, right? So read option stuff, I don't think that he really had that green light to actually run it, because if he did, he probably would have. It felt like early on in the season, the coaches told him, most of the time what they wanted them to do. Hey, we want you handing this off. Show the look like it's a real option, but actually hand it off. So this is 4th and 1. We're in that jumbo package. So we got Jackson Moore back there blocking. And I think that he does a really, really good job picking up blocks, especially, on that one there. That was a good job just finding somebody. And, you got him and then another big body guy. I mean, there's nothing that they can do to stop that. And I think here they're going to get on a safety. I mean, the safety's not even going to be able to see. You just got to turn your body. But that was a good job there. That one looked good. I don't mind those types of plays. As long as it works, I don't care what it looks like. But, some of the stuff is just like, I mean, 4th and 1, yeah, jumbo, that makes sense. But some of the other stuff, it's like, come on, man, like we gotta open it up. So 2 deep look here. This looks a lot like cover 2. And boom, you can see that again, there's some room for the quarterback to use their legs, because you got the safeties playing off. Anytime that you have a 2 deep safety look, you know that you should be able to run it because you have favorable box numbers. All right. And it's even better with the quarterback. Fake the run, make them bite on that, go the other way, even if it's only 3 or 4 yards. It doesn't have to be 10 yards, 20 yards, touchdowns every time. Just make them honor it. You know what I'm saying? Make them keep yourself in a good down and distance. If this was, I forgot what down and distance this was, but if it's a 1st and 10, now it's 2nd and 5. That's a lot more manageable. You can open up the whole playbook from that standpoint. All right. So here we got trips up top. Most of them over. Okay. All right. So this is going to be, I think, another one of those situations. So here we're trying to set up a pick play. Okay. So we've got the outside wide receiver. They're going to come in and, kind of block, and then we got the tight end that's going to go out to the flats. But of course, the cornerback is sitting right there. So do we have any wrinkles off of this? Like where, you show like, hey, this wide receiver that's cracking, I think that's Chris Brazzell. He shows that he's blocking, but then he goes up the field on a route or something, because that does the exact same thing. You don't even need to make contact. You just need for people to honor the fact that, hey, he's going up the field. I have to go with him. And if you don't, then that's 6 points. That's a lot better than this. And look, I love Kit, who I think that this is Kit. He's not the fastest guy on this team. If you're going to run this, run it with somebody that has just a little bit more speed. That's one of my things, especially down here. You know what I mean? Like you need speed. So now everything's covered up. We have to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think we fall forward and get maybe like a yard or something. So y'all can see it again from this angle. And actually, Florida's defense, they do a lot of things very similar to what Tennessee's defense looks like, and we actually blocked there. But I think it's legal if you throw the football behind the line of scrimmage. So I think that would have been fine. But either way, I don't think that we got flagged for it. I mean, we didn't throw the football. I don't think that you can get a flag. I don't think that you can get an offensive pass interference call if you end up running the football. So here, right, this is a very well set up play where Squirrel White is going to end up popping open. So we know that the middle of the field should be open here. We actually set this one up well. The only thing about it is it's taking us forever to get in and out of our freaking breaks. And we also aren't picking up blocks very well. So right here, we don't have the proper time. Y'all can see that there's a linebacker blitzing that's right in the quarterback's face. So it's a bad pass. And watch it again, because this is going to be on, I think this is Bishop. Bishop doesn't do a very good job picking up this blitz. Part of the reason that I've talked about, if our running backs can't pick up blitzes, then stop making them stop trying to make them do that. Just have them go out on some routes. That's better, because you're going to get the quarterback killed. We're going to be throwing interceptions, and we can't hit wide open passes. You know what I'm saying? Just because we don't have that time. Now, I haven't skipped anything. This is every single one of our red zone plays. Okay. Here, that's the one spot. And I'm going to actually go back and show you again, this area where we're throwing it. Let me highlight it for you, because y'all might not be able to see it. So this area right there going to Dante Thornton, that's the only place that Tennessee, it's not the only place, but for the most part, that's about the only place that Tennessee was able to throw the football to. You know, that's the only place that defenses were kind of leaving open just based off of our splits and the way that we would run our routes. So, yes, everything has to get opened up, and it will because we're running more pistol. We're going to do a lot more shallow crossers and slants, and it's going to just be, I think that our red zone offense will take pretty big steps forward. So, this is a first and goal on the 3, and we're in ace right here is what it looks like. So, you know, just pretty much heavy set, you know what I mean? Run it right at him. Let's see if we can get in. I think that we did get in there. This is another time where Dylan Sampson, he's kind of stuffed, and we get pretty good push here. You know, this is not bad. That's pretty good push. And this is really good effort. Like, let's just keep on pushing and let's try to get into the end zone. So love seeing that. And I feel like we're going to replicate it this season. So 2nd and 1. All right, so we're a little bit closer. Let's go back to the jumbo, coach. This is the only thing that's really working. Let's just keep on doing it until they can stop it. They can't stop it. Okay, ball game. You know what I'm saying? So that's how things should look. But next season, I think that it'll look a lot better. I mean, use the quarterback's legs, run some plays that actually make sense. If it's gadget stuff, use your real skill players as the gadget pieces. Yeah, you can use the big guys sometimes. You have to still mix it up. But in these critical games, let's get the football to the people who can make someone miss. You know, like make a miss or be able to run through, get some separation, something to help this offense keep on moving. So that's what I'm looking forward to with Tennessee's red zone offense in 2025. But let me know what y'all think about it. And as always, please do make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be talking to y'all on the next one. Thanks. Peace. Thanks for watching. And please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel because that keeps us growing inside of the YouTube algorithm. And if you did like this video, here's another one that you might also enjoy. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.